This week, Adin Ross versus LA. We finally get a sentence on that Young Dolph trial. And Offset and Cardi B goes crazy on the internet. Let's talk about it.
It's touchy and you knew what it was and I knew what it wasn't stupid. I'm foolish for questioning. My heart start beating when you come around, and even harder when I lay you down. A fan of making love, making sounds, make you clap like applause. You should take a round. Another shot would suffice. That tequila make you feisty, but somehow your bark ain't as harsh as your bite. Still awfully.
Welcome back to the STEM Society. My name is Cole Jackson. Episode 62 is live. Thank you guys for joining for another episode, man. I hope you guys had a great week. My week was pretty good. Tons of stuff that happened in the news, very messy. But I do need to talk about two albums that dropped, and then we got three stories. Let's get into it.
New releases.
So Leon Thomas just dropped his third album called Mutt, 14 tracks, 47 minutes. One of the best R&B albums that dropped this year. Hands down. Love it. It's modern R&B, which he gets it. And I think I think Leon Thomas is like a younger cat, so he kind of understands the modern R&B side of things. Phenomenal. Back to back. When he came out with Electric Dust in 2023, which was really my first time really getting into him, I love that album. Great album. From the very first song, it caught me. This album, front to back, I didn't skip not one track on here. He produced a lot of the songs on here, which I love it. I love when R&B artists take the time out to produce their own stuff because they understand their sound. Now, he did have a song on here produced by Conductor, which he did a great job. And I think Cardo, don't quote me on this because I don't have the information in front of me, but I think Cardo produced one of the songs. It don't matter, man. The album, phenomenal album. Phenomenal album from front to back. R&B has been in a very, very shitty place this year. There's been a lot of misses with a lot of artists that you thought would come through with some really great R&B. But Leon Thomas, he delivered. And he didn't have a lot of promo with this. He dropped the Mud single and Let It Fly. He did do the remix before this album dropped with Freddie Gibbs, which I thought was amazing. But the songs on here, Far-Fetched, Feelings on Silent with Wale, Lucid Dreams with Masego, Vibes Don't Lie, Dancing with Demons. Dancing with Demons is one of those songs that sounds so haunting, but I love it. I love the way that artists are able to produce for what the vibe or for the theme of the song is. It was perfect. One of the best R&B albums that came out this year, man. I know I'm sound like a broken record, but when you get something this good, like, you cannot deny it. I think he's on his way to be one of the bigger R&B stars. I think he did hit number one on Apple when this dropped. It was between him and Tommy Richmond, which I still don't understand the whole thing with Tommy Richmond being in R&B, but that's another conversation for another day. Phenomenal project. Leon Thomas, you did a great job. If you guys are looking for some good R&B, some nice vibes, because there's tons of vibes on here, go out and get Leon Thomas's Mutt. You would not be disappointed. It's most definitely going to be on my list of top R&B albums this year. All right, second album this week, Nines dropped his final album. This is supposed to be his last album, Quit While You're Ahead. 16 tracks, 44 minutes. This should not be his last album. It is a solid project, but this is not where you tip your hat and go off into the sunset with. Now, for those who don't know, Nines is a UK artist from Northwest London. Very good. He's got a nice little track record of albums. But one, I don't know why he's leaving the game. For real. I really would like to sit down and talk to him, ask him why he's leaving. Still got a lot of talent. Very talented rapper. I wouldn't leave on this album. It's I feel like he should do a bit more grandiose album, but maybe that's just not his style. I thought it was just okay. He had some very good songs on here, man. He starts the album off with Champagne Problems with Scraps, which I think was an amazing record. I love that record. The Cocoa Butter record, Going Crazy, Pray for Me, Tony Soprano 3, like, He's even got a posse cut on here called Line of Fire Part 9. There's some good songs on here. It's just not to the level of being your last album. Typically, and I guess this is the American in me, when people give their last album, I always think about, the Black Album. I think you go out, if you're gonna go out, go all out. Nines is doing a great job of rapping on here, but it don't feel like it didn't feel like he was going hard like this was gonna be his last album. And rappers don't truly retire. Like, let's just keep it straight. For all intents and purposes, it's solid, but it just don't have a last hurrah type of feel. It don't have a type of feel of a last album, and he should really rethink doing one more album to make it his last. Uh, the production was okay too. Like, I would expect him to have a little better. I wanted more beats like from Champagne Problems. I think Champagne Problems should have had a lot more beats like Champagne Problems and Pray For Me. It's okay. But for this to be your last album, and Nines, if you don't know who Nines is, look him up. He does have a great history. He's been rapping. He's been in the game for a little while now. But this just don't feel like, this doesn't give me the feel of a last album. I really think I was more disappointed with a lot of the production on here than the raps. Like, he is spitting, but he's just not going as hard as a nigga who is leaving the game would go. So with that being said, it's solid, but it wasn't what I expected. I thought it was gonna be way more songs on here I would love, but there's really maybe, I would say, out of all of the songs, I think it's about 8 songs on here, and it's how many tracks? 16. It's 8 songs on here I really, really love. A lot of them songs are just not catching me. It's just not. I just wasn't feeling. So, Nines, if this is your last album, hey, salute, brother. I hope you go off and have a great career with everything else you're doing. But this is not the album to leave off on.
Music news.
Here recently, they just gave a verdict to Justin Johnson. He was found guilty. He was guilty on murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and being a felon in possession of a gun. The judge gave him a life sentence, and he did plead not guilty, which doesn't make any sense to me at all, but what do I know? After the verdict, though, which is even more disgusting, he posted this quote on his Instagram stories, quote, "These niggas taking criminal responsibilities, I'm taking street responsibilities. Regardless, I'm forever the biggest. They can throw away the keys before I ever eat the cheese." So that was on his Instagram. Clearly, he's going to stay defiant and say whatever he wants to say. He has no remorse. I'm glad that he got life. I just feel like this whole situation is it just looked ugly. The things that he was saying on the stand and the things that he was okay with doing and the things that he admitted to saying on the stand was just terrible, bro. I don't really have a lot to say about this. I know I wanted to put a pin in it because I wanted to just follow up from last week and tell you guys the verdict. My opinion hasn't changed. I think a lot of people are still saying because of his situation and where he came from, this is the biggest reason why he did what he did. I don't want to believe that. I think he ain't got no remorse for nobody. He didn't care. He didn't care nothing for what he did or any of that. And then posting what he posted on his social media made it even worse. So goodbye, good riddance. I'm just go away. Nobody wants to deal with this anymore. And I'm glad that he's gone. I'm still going to put a pin in this because the other suspect still has to be sentenced. I think he has to, I think they're going to have to go through the whole trial situation with him as well. So this still is going on. I'm going to put a pin in it to see what else happens from this Young Dolph trial. But Buddy got what he deserved. He did exactly all of this stuff, and it sucks, and it's terrible. Adin Ross Akademiks and Top 5 got on a live this week, or got on stream this week, and they had a lot to say about a no-fly zone for Kendrick Lamar. Let me just play this footage for y'all.
See how he talks?
Yo, listen, man. I just want 2 people right now, man. I'm not, it's not a threat. I'm just looking for Metro Boomin and Kendrick Lamar. I'm doing my homework right now. I'm doing my task on them right now. Nothing incriminating. I'm just looking for them.
If you ran to Metro Boomin or Kendrick, what would that?
Metro Boomin 101. I don't want no weapons, nothing. I'm knocking the fuck.
We're putting a bag on that fight. Still, five sleeping in first round.
You passed the border. You passed the border, man. Chubb's calling me. You passed the border, man. You passed the border, man.
Yo, hold on. Yo, wait. So I hear that Kendrick soon forward to some restaurant called New Ho King. He gonna come for the fried rice.
I went there.
So Adin Ross, you think Kendrick? Yo, I will quit rapping if Kendrick Lamar goes to New Ho King without 20 police officers and leaves with a change on.
You don't think he can go there, do his little push-ups, eat his fried rice, and you know what I mean? Rap not like us at
That's
New Ho King.
Man. I didn't want to. It's sickening. So apparently, Akademiks, Adin Ross got on with Top 5. If you don't know who Top 5 is a Canadian rapper who just got out. He just beat a murder beef. And they got him on stream to talk about, of course, the Kendrick Lamar Drake rap battle. Because it wasn't a beef. None of these two are street niggas. They don't do street shit. And it got to a point to where Adin Ross was told he couldn't come to LA. Now, there's a lot more to it than that. Akademiks pushing this whole narrative of putting street shit in something that ain't got nothing to do with street. Putting people on stream that has absolutely nothing to do with the beef, man. It's sickening the stuff that's going on with this stuff. You also got Adin Ross co-signing a lot of this stuff. That stream went a whole lot longer, but this was the one. This was that was the clip that was circulating everywhere. Adin Ross was told he couldn't come back to LA, and this is what Adin Ross had to say about not being able to come to LA.
I'm not banned from LA, bro. I wish somebody would. I swear to God, I'm gonna go to LA. Nobody's gonna do shit to me. I promise you, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, you think I'm scared of LA? What? I lived in LA for years and years and years. I'm not banned from LA. Fuck that old ass motherfucker on that podcast, bro. I'll smack the shit out of you. Well, not me, but I'm gonna have security smack the fuck out of you. Not me. I don't, but I'm gonna have security smack the fuck out of you and beat your ass. It's that simple, bro.
I love all the Crips and Bloods in LA. Everybody's good. Kendrick people have no beef. Okay, Good Kid, Mad City was a decent album.
Decent.
It was pretty good. I liked it.
Whatever, bro. Look, you guys know how I feel about the music shit. Whatever. If an old head is really that mad because I'm choosing sides, whatever, bro. You're like 50 years old. I don't know. Go start a family. Go do some shit. Go play poker or chess. You're old. All right, get off the internet shit. It's not for you, buddy. All right,
Adin Ross said he'll come to LA, have his security slap people, so on and so forth. Not scared at all. Again, this is a lot of street shit getting involved with internet bullshit. I gotta be honest, man. Some of these people who've been commenting on or been doing this back and forth, putting Drake and Kendrick's name in there is kind of nasty, man. It's kind of it's nasty work. I don't like the fact that they continue to push the Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing into street stuff. Like, y'all are putting street rules on something that wasn't even, it was just supposed to be hip hop. And the way hip hop media has been moving these days with that kind of stuff it's been nasty, especially with Akademiks. Akademiks is, Complex put him as the number one guy, right? So that means his voice is, everybody hears his voice. Everybody knows who Akademiks is. I put a lot of the blame on Ak because, again, he was the one who initiated this whole thing. He initiated the whole stream, and nobody's looking at that. Everybody's pushing, saying Adin Ross. People trying to put street code on Adin Ross like that shit don't work with him. I know it was a affiliate to Kendrick Lamar who said it was a no-fly zone for Adin Ross. That's how the whole back and forth went. I personally don't like that. It's making the whole thing between Drake and Kendrick look bad and street. It's bad press. It's making hip-hop media look like a mess per normal. And we got to stop this, man. Like, we got to stop moving this stuff. Plus, Adin, let me just say this. Adin Ross has to understand, you can't move like that. You're a streamer, man. You're a streamer. LA is not the place to be playing around. You can't move or talk reckless like that. They do not play in LA, don't matter if you got security or not. You don't move that way. I wish Ack would actually stop doing this type of stuff, pushing the narrative into some street shit, because again, it just makes everybody looks bad. And what happens if what would happen if Adin really got hurt when he went to LA? Who would have been to blame? Because I'm pretty sure everybody would have put their hands on him and be like, well, I ain't got nothing to do with it. It could have really turned bad. So it looks like Adin got a phone call or two. And I think he's going to start moving differently. This is what he said after I think 24 hours after the whole situation went
Guys,
down.
I've been talking to people from LA. I'm actually coming to LA in about probably like a couple weeks. Don't put GG's in the chat. Probably coming in a couple weeks. Gonna probably do some horror night streams. Gonna go around, do a couple podcasts, stuff like that. So, but I do want to clarify and take a step back and really, in the moment, obviously, I was talking crazy and shit. I'm not necessarily apologizing to people I was talking towards, but I do want to say one thing. LA is to not be fucked with. LA is a serious place, and I love LA. Seriously, I love LA. Now, I'm not folding. I still say fuck you to the people that were coming at me. Fuck you. But I'm not saying fuck you to all of LA, because I'm not even joking, bro. People that are in a certain amount of group, rappers, specifically the rapper you guys know I'm talking about, you guys like to pedestal a bunch of these rappers. Bro, LA is deeper than that, bro. There's a lot of dangerous people out in LA. They don't even talk on the internet. They don't even have an internet. They don't even care about the internet. People don't talk on the internet. So I was never trying to disrespect LA. I love LA, bro. I love LA. Probably the best. I love California, bro. The weather is the best there. I love Los Angeles. The issue is, I don't live there anymore, but I'm not folding. I'm really not. It's still fuck you to the people that I was talking to. The problem was I was saying that I'm going to go there and LA not on shit. LA is on shit.
So again, Adin Ross turned around, took everything back, made sure he was good. I know them phone calls came in. I know people was not playing around when it came to him going to LA. And so it makes perfect sense. But at the end of the day, man, like, if we don't be more responsible with how we moving as far as like this internet gangster shit or this fucking this streamer bullshit or whatever these people are talking reckless, like, it's real easy to talk reckless behind that camera, but you still got to fly out. You still got to walk around. You still got to move around. So let me pose a question to you guys, and maybe you can tell me in the comments, but do you think Akademiks is the main reason why a lot of this stuff is moving towards the violent side of things, more towards like the street stuff? Because people hear a lot of this stuff on his platform. And it's not like Akademiks doesn't know what he's doing. Again, he built his career off of the Chirac stuff. So do you think he's way more responsible for how things are happening and how people are getting upset? Or do you think it's just people getting on the internet talking tough and they don't know what the fuck to do? Let me know. I personally feel like this is a lot of Akademiks' fault because he knows what he's doing. He's been manipulating the media for a very long time. Not the media, but he's been manipulating people into saying stupid things for a very long time. Adin Ross could have got hurt behind all of this stuff. And it's time for us to kind of be more, it's time for us to be more responsible with hip hop media and how we handle a lot of these situations. It's a lot of street niggas in the middle of this shit. And Top 5, again, just got over a murder beef. Why isn't he being more careful on stream, saying this stuff that he's saying? Real street dudes don't talk. That's what I was always told. So it's just a mess. I'm glad that Adin Ross pulled it back. I'm glad that he figured out that he got to go to LA and move around because they do not play out there. But let me know what you think, man. Do you think this whole situation is Ak's fault? Do you think people are just reckless on the internet? Do you feel like it's time for people to kind of chill the fuck out and just put a pause on their Twitter fingers or their streamer voices? Let me know in the comments. Finally, Cardi B, Offset, social media battle, back and forth. I was actually going to kind of cover this just because it would be the popular thing to do for YouTube, but honestly, I don't even want to do that. Let me just say this. I'm tired of rappers having us in their personal life and in the group chat. I don't care what y'all are doing. That doesn't mean shit to me. Let's be honest. Cardi has been dealing with a shitty relationship for a very long time. Like, that's been the MO of their relationship for a very long time. I get it. But at the end of the day, once things go public, in my eyes, or the way I look at it is, it just feels like another way to get attention because you got an album dropping. Hence the rollout. They've been doing this for a very long time. it never really goes public until somebody has to drop something. Check the history. Actually, a great way to check the history is a Billboard. I read on Billboard the history of their relationship, which I'll put in the description, and you can look at it for yourself and add up when some of these singles or these albums dropped around about the time that they were going through marital problems on a regular basis. I think putting your personal business out here to be able to drum up attention, and this is all opinion. I'm not saying it's fact. This is just how my brain works. But it feels like a lot of times when people want to sell something, they give you more personal business than you want. I don't care about her having sex with a dude while she was pregnant. That's not my business. I don't want to be in y'all's bedroom like that. I don't want to see it on the timeline. And I get it. Everybody's probably like, Cole, you can just mute it. Yeah, I could, but a lot of my favorite hip hop Twitter pages or Instagram pages have the same bullshit, and it pisses me off because it's just like I'm trying to get real news about real things that happen in the music, and I have to see, oh man, you tell everybody you fuck with a baby inside of you, and did. I gotta see all of that dumbass bullshit, bro. Put out the music. That's where I'm at with it now. Like, I think Cardi's an awesome artist. I think Cardi can actually fucking rap, and she has a lot of talent. She has a lot more talent than a lot of these other MCs, female MCs that's out right now. The problem is we never see it. The problem is it's never going to get put out because we have to put the personal business before we actually put the music business around it. And I know Cardi's a brand. Like, I get it, bro. Like, I say this on a regular basis. It's brands over music every time with a lot of these artists. But I'm to the point now where I don't care about who's cheated on who. It's none of our business. We don't need to be a part of that bullshit. If you're going to divorce your husband, divorce him and then drop a fire-ass album behind it. That's how I feel. If you're going to put this album out, put this album out. I said on my Instagram too, if you're in my friends, with my close friends, I said we'll probably get, in the next 2 weeks, we'll probably get an album release date. Because it's so much attention on her right now. And it's like, what happened to just traditional rollouts? What happened to just getting us amped up with singles, getting us amped up with PR stuff, something, promo stuff, not PR, but promo stuff. What happened to that part of the game, bro? I'm tired of these celebrities or these artists drumming up bullshit ass ways for us to get to be want to listen to the album, because 9 times out of 10, I think a lot of people are going to be trying to listen to this album to see if they can get the tea. What happened? I'm pretty sure she dropped this in her rhymes to show that he was cheating on her. I don't care. I'm done with this whole putting us in a group chat bullshit to drum up a lot of attention. It's happened before, and I'm tired of it. If you're an artist, let your music speak for who you are and not let your personal life drum up the attention that you're looking for. I don't want it. It's a lot of people that want to be in their business. And to be honest with you, it's just too much. I'm learning way too much about y'all's marriage through social media and back and forth. And I know everybody's like, Cardi came out like that. Yeah, Cardi's always been like that. I've been following Cardi before she was even Cardi B. I was following Cardi B when she was out of New York, a stripper out of New York. I know what she has been doing throughout her career before she got famous. But when does this stop? When does this attention, wanting to grab all this attention for dumb shit instead of who you are as an artist, when does that stop? Like, when do we put the fucking pause button on that shit? So yeah, instead of me going blow by blow of what happened, pause, god dang, I just decided to speak my mind and say, hey, leave the personal shit alone, please. Artists, Cardi's far too gone to ask that from her. But artists, you don't have to put your personal business out there for us to buy your music or enjoy your music. You don't have to drum up attention for us to be wanting to get your album. If you're good, if you're great, if you're that motherfucker, we're going to get your music anyway. So that's all, man. I just wanted to put that out there because it just got really fucking annoying to see all of these comments about everything but when the album's dropping. We've gotten everything from Cardi other than a date a release date. And that's kind of sad because, again, your first album got album of the year, rap album of the year, and we ain't got a follow-up yet. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me for another episode of STEM Society. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys join the Patreon. The Patreon will be putting up, actually on October the 1st, we'll be putting up the first episode of Hip Hop Survival Guide, which will be UGK Riding Dirty. So make sure you catch that and subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe, be a part of the society, be a part of something special. I'll catch you guys next episode. Peace out.
Thank you for joining the STEM Society.